Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Elite City Podcast. We're coming in hot because it's Revolution Week, and unfortunately, it's Sting's last match, and that sucks. But it's Revolution Week, and we're going to go through match by match like we always do. So, we have a full house tonight for the first time in a minute. We have the Canadian connection, Rick and Gina.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, there you go. And the Pittsburgh connection, myself and Bitty. Hey.
Woo-woo.
So we're not going to talk about Dynamite too much here, but it opened with a banger of a promo, which is not weird, but odd for Dynamite. I thought it was cool. Awesome segment. Rick, you wanted to lead off with this. So
yeah, it was really good. It was great. It was to take a shot at WWE. It's if someone's going to give up their title shot that they've asked for months and months and months. Yeah. This is how you do it, and you make it kind of no pun intended, a swerve, because you have to explain why this person just gave away their title shot. Oh wait, they were trying to screw someone over, not they just did it and then changed their mind. But anyway, it was great. I loved it. It was kind of too bad that the internet freaked out last week that Hangman got hurt, and then they had to the reporters had to come out and be like, it's all a work, because I feel like it would have been more fun if we didn't know it was a work. But either way, it was great. I loved Hangman being like face Hangman and being like, hey guys, I can't, and then just immediately turning into a heel. It was great. I loved it. I loved Samoa Joe. I loved Swerve taking shots at the Poncho. I thought all of it was good. It was perfect.
The Photoshop was great. Anyways, yeah. The whole segment was awesome. Did you believe anything with Hangman? Like, I know that we all knew, but I thought he played it well. If you didn't know,
I thought there was a chance that he was actually not going to be in the match. I thought they were going to change it, but but they didn't.
I'm sorry, but nobody comes out with one crutch.
That's what gave it away to me, and that's kind of like what made me mad.
Yeah. But also, there were some reports that were saying that maybe he had something personal going on, so he would have to take some time off, and that's not out of the realm of possibilities. So true. I wasn't 100% sure. It's true, I should have thought about the one crutch, but for me, what gave it away was that he stayed in the ring for so long. At some point, it's like, why isn't he getting out of there? So I had a feeling that he was going to hit Swerve with his crutch. But I agree with you and Rick. It was really well done. I love that Hangman tried to fool everybody. He was acting like a baby face. I like that Swerve came out and he was being the bigger man and super respectful. And then Joe came out and Swerve's making fun of him. The poncho thing was hilarious. But I just really like that Joe was basically saying, I'm going to beat you up and I'm not losing this title. And I think that's very telling for the pay-per-view. And when we get to our predictions, I'll get more into that. But I just feel like it was perfect. And Hangman hitting Swerve with his crutch was just so well done. I like that he's turned full-blown heel at this point.
Yes. My next question, just opinion. Do you think that was a real crutch? He either hit him really hard or it was fake because it bent.
I feel like it was a bit softer than a regular crutch. Maybe they have I don't know if they have worked crutches, but like maybe like for a movie or something. Yeah. Because he used it, so it couldn't have been that thin.
Oh yeah,
he did use it. Like he leaned on it, like it was metal.
Yeah. Oh, there was definitely some sort of metal, but I mean, after he hit him and it was actually bent, I was like, ooh, that either hurt really, really, really bad, or that was a really good fake.
I mean, they did for real staple each other a little while.
That is true.
It's entirely possible that he did use a real crutch.
And I guess he had that jacket on. They could have like gimmicked his jacket and put like padding. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that might have been a fake jacket. I never thought of it that way.
And I really loved Swerve being like, hey, I'm the kind of guy who beats up someone in their training camp and breaks into someone's house and threatens their baby.
Like when I was watching, I was like, he's gonna just say like I broke into his house. He's not gonna say I threatened. Oh, yep, he just said I threatened their children. I was like, he's not. Oh, he did it.
Swerve rules. He's the best.
Yeah,
he really does.
it was.
Yeah.
It was so good. Now, just as good as the beginning of the show was, how awesome was the end?
It was
I loved it,
awesome.
but I also had issues. So you guys can talk first.
Well, I was gonna say the only thing that made me nervous, and it's just because I was watching when Owen passed. Is that the first time that somebody has done the fall from the rafters since Owen?
Probably, but you could tell that Sting had like a huge amount of stuff on him. Like,
I'm glad it's not just me because I had the same thing. Like,
did think of it right away, but
I'm just like, oh no, and like, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. But I feel like they possibly, hired an actual company to do it.
Oh, I'm sure.
As opposed to just letting some random, I don't know, circus performer or whoever Vince thought
my friend's uncle knows a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing. But yeah, screw him for that.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, that was my only, like, I don't want to say I had an issue with it because it was awesome. It just instantly made me nervous.
I agree. I thought of it right away as soon as
Same here. I was like, oh God, the Owen, like that's.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that also has that same like, oh no.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the only one that didn't think about that because in my mind I was just telling myself, oh my God, this is the WCW's thing. That's what I was focused on.
But that's awesome that you did though. Like,
yeah,
that's
so
really
now
cool.
I feel that I should have been.
No.
You're Canadian too. You're Canadian.
I feel.
That's true.
I'm asking myself, why did I not even think about that? I was so nostalgic.
Yeah, no, it was really cool.
These amazing memories with Sting coming down from the rafters. I couldn't help myself, I guess.
Can we all universally agree that there was absolutely no need for Ric Flair to be a part of this?
Yeah.
I agree, but we have to accept that this was going to happen. He was going to be involved. I mean, that's why they brought him in. So it's not surprising.
Also, he was holding a bat and then dropped the bat to poke someone in the eye when he could have just used the bat that he was holding.
I was going to say that's what I was just going to get with. It's like he either should have came to the ring and immediately got decimated, or like someone should try to hold him back. Like they should have not made him be involved. He looked very, like, I don't want to say confused, but old is a good. Yeah, and like,
I mean, he's like 80,
right? But it was just so bad. And then
when my sister and I were kids, our play punches looked more real than whatever he was trying to do.
Yeah,
well, that's
Not only do I not want him on TV because I just don't want him on TV. Like, yeah, he should not be physically involved. And he's like 80 years old. He doesn't need to be.
I totally get what you mean, right? But considering that this was for Sting, I don't want to be too hard on them. Hopefully, we won't see much of Rick after Sting retires on Sunday. But we have to be honest, guys. We knew that he was going to be involved in Sting's final storyline.
Yeah.
True.
Now here's my dual issues with it. First of all, the Flair thing. Second of all, why did Sting let Darby get beat up so much before he decided to come down and help him?
Yeah, it takes a while to get up there, and
I mean, Sting is like 64. He's not moving as great as he used to.
See, I liked it, but this would have been an absolutely great segment if they did. We like the first part was so cool when the kids in the crowd had the Sting masks on, and then that was great. I love that. If they had gone from that to the Bucks revealing one of the people with the masks on to be Darby, Darby comes out. There's like a 1 minute fight, and then Sting drops down and saves the day. Absolute top tier, perfect segment. That would have been incredible for me. It was just a little too long. The beatdown of Darby was too long. They didn't have to go, hey, we're gonna do our signature moves now, and then they didn't. They didn't have to have Ric Flair come. Like they could have cut like 5 minutes out of the middle, and it would have been the greatest thing I've ever seen. The way it came off, it was fine, but like it could have been incredible.
Oh, I don't know. I really liked it.
I liked it. I just thought it could have been a lot better.
Yeah, but I mean, also, like he came from the rafters. It probably took them a while to make sure that he was up there, and tied up correctly. I mean, I don't want to.
I agree. That's true.
I don't want to criticize that too much because I'm glad that they took their time and did it properly, and it was just worth it to see Sting coming down from the rafters.
Yeah, I just think the Bucks could have done it without a catchphrase. But that's just me hating on the Bucks to be like, hey, before this cool moment, catchphrase, pose, wink at the camera. No, okay, now you can come down. Anyway, I know I'm alone on that.
We're all entitled to our opinion. I mean, sure,
I know. I know I'm alone in my vendetta against the Young Bucks, but
you're not alone. Remember?
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not as passionate about it as you are, but I'm on the same vibe.
There you go. Thank you. But it was great. I liked it. I just thought it could have been better, but I liked it. I'm not going to be the guy who's hating on it because I thought it was fun. I loved seeing him come down from the rafters, and I loved seeing all the Sting masks in the crowd.
Oh, it was, everything about it was awesome. My really only problem with it, and it's not even a problem, I just instantly took me out of the moment because I thought of Owen. Like, I guess that's the way I should have said it. Yeah. That's the way I should have said it. I shouldn't say I didn't like that part. I liked that part. It's just I got taken out of the moment.
I wasn't even concerned about Sting because, like I said, I'm sure they hired an actual, professional to do this stunt. It wasn't concern. It was more of just a thought. Like my first thought was, ooh, Owen. But I knew it would be fine because, again, they're hiring an actual company who's not using like rock climbing equipment to do this.
Right.
It's just the bungees that you stick on the back of a truck.
Yeah. Weren't they using like carabiners or something? Yeah. Like, it was very unsafe.
To hold your key. It even had stamped on it, not for climb. It was like for a set of keys.
Yeah.
Like
that was so bad.
Yeah.
When we're not to make this another Vince McMahon podcast, but when they're listing off the horrible things Vince McMahon has done, don't forget that one.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Anyways, well, do you just want to move right on to Revolution?
Sure, let's do it.
Sure, let's beat you.
I got my rants in, so I'm fine. Like, you guys can totally just. I just wanted to rant.
It's all good.
I'm not here to be like a smart person or the voice of reason. I'm here to just randomly yell about stuff that only I care about.
That's fine. We appreciate it, Rick.
Yeah, it's all good. Again, I don't know the order matches. These were how they were listed via Wikipedia. So we're going to start with FTR versus BCC, and that's Claudio and Mox. I'm taking FTR. So whoever wants to go next can say either FTR or BCC.
I also think FTR. I feel like the storyline has been very pro BCC so far, so I think it's going to be FTR.
All right.
I feel the same. Yep. You can count me in FTR as well.
FTR. Biddy?
Well, I haven't been watching, so I'm just going to do BCC.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's fair.
If you're somehow right, I'm going to be so upset.
I'm going to be upset only because I think that would be complete bullcrap. As you said, Rick, BCC has had all the momentum until now. And Moxley wins 99% of the time. So he can take a loss. I would actually be quite angry with that outcome.
Wasn't Cash Wheeler's trial supposed to start soon or something?
May.
Oh, not till May? Oh.
Yeah.
I agree with you on the Moxley. I think I've mentioned this before. Like, I love Moxley. He's great. He's just very overpowered. Like, he wins all the time. And I don't even fault that because he kind of should win all the time. But he's so powerful as a character that, he can lose and it doesn't matter.
Seriously, come on.
This next one was tough for me. But it's Will Ospreay versus the almighty Konosuke Takeshita. We'll go backwards this time. We'll go Biddy. Who do you pick?
Ospreay.
Okay. Gina?
Ospreay for sure. I don't see him winning his first match in AEW. Not that he hasn't wrestled in AEW before, but you know what I mean. Like,
you mean losing?
First.
Losing, yeah.
Sorry?
You said winning. I don't see him winning.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Gosh, sorry.
Okay.
It's
Tyler
okay.
Liddell. I don't see him losing his first match in AEW. Like I said, not that he hasn't had matches in AEW before, but now he's signed full time, and I just don't think there's any way he's losing that match.
Right, that's my thought process as well.
I agree
Same.
with that, but
Oh.
I'm gonna go. I had Osprey, but I'm gonna change my mind, and it's gonna cost me. I'm sure it will. I think Osprey's gonna turn face. He's over.
Same.
He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna fit in with the Don Callis face. I think they're gonna screw him. I
Oops.
think they're gonna screw him over, and Takeshita wins.
And
What
then
Don
about
Callis
if
turns
Okada
on him.
comes out and helps Osprey?
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
that's
Yeah.
when United Empire is going to reform.
I am
gonna
going
happen.
to
Yeah.
watch. I am going to watch the pay-per-view. I'm like, all right, this is where I'm getting back into it now.
That match alone is gonna be outstanding.
Right.
Exactly. 1,000%.
That's
I
worth
think
however
it
much you're
might
paying
be.
for this.
Yeah, I think it might be match of the night.
I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
can't see how it's
incredible.
not match of the night, to be honest. If they give not even to say if they give them time, because they give everyone time. It's gonna be great.
And Takeshita's the perfect human being. So
It is.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
But Blasco, did you say who you?
Will
Will.
the thrill?
So
Yeah.
just
Will the
Rick.
thrill.
Rick's going against the three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with you, but I'm going out on a limb here. I think they're gonna. I
What's
think
with you, bro?
Don Callis is gonna screw him.
I
Why,
like
bruv?
that though. Oh, we got a bra call out.
What up, bro?
I kind of hate it, but
Oh, it's the best. It's the
I
most
hate it, but it
annoying
works for
best
him.
thing. Yeah.
it is annoying.
It's-
but
It's the most annoying
Makes
best
me
thing.
I just feel like he's not gonna be a heel for long. Like he has to be. Like
Aw.
everyone, everyone loves him.
Oh, but speaking of Osprey, that reaction that he got on Dynamite made me so happy. It was so
that was
nice
awesome.
to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just the audience overall chanting his name. He deserves it, and he is going to be a big deal in AEW for sure. I remember reading some comments online that said, "Oh, he's not going to do anything for AEW. Who cares?" No. This guy is really good.
He's not like a well-known name outside of like people who know wrestling.
Right.
He's not like when they signed, Danielson or CM Punk or when Mercedes coming in. Like he's not a name like that, but he's such a good
He's
wrestler.
about to be.
He's so
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
will
like
become a star for sure.
like instantly. Like people are gonna watch him. Like you might not get every pay-per-view. So if people are just interested in him, like they're gonna get to see him on regular TV now. Like
Yeah.
And this is the perfect way to debut him. It's at a big pay-per-view. People are going to
Mhm.
watch it because it's
Right.
Sting's last match, and it's against Takeshita. Like that match can't be bad. You could
Right.
break
Exactly.
one of their
There's no
legs
way.
each, and it would still somehow be a good match. So like,
Danielson would come down and coach them through it. I've taught you guys how to wrestle with no legs.
Oh, for sure.
yeah, there's no way it can be bad. It's going to be outstanding.
Yeah. Well, speaking of outstanding, this one's hard, and
Ooh, yeah.
we get to start with Rick. We have the champion of the TNT television network, Christian, versus Daniel Garcia.
Christian.
Rick?
And
Rick goes
this
Christian.
is me thinking wishfully, and don't add this part to my prediction. But
Okay.
they're coming to Toronto soon, and I want Adam Copeland to screw Daniel Garcia and turn heel and join Christian. And I
That
think
would
that's
be
what's gonna
incredible.
happen. I gotta
That
go
would
with
be
Christian.
incredible. I also picked Christian. Gina.
I'm going with Christian too, but I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Garcia wins.
I'm in that boat also. And finally, Biddy.
Well, this one actually looking at the card, and again, I'm kind of out of the loop, but I've caught.
If you
things
don't know,
on-
Daniel Garcia's dad is dead, so Christian mentioned that.
Yeah, I did see that. Like I said, I do keep up a bit, with like Instagram and Facebook, like
Sure,
when
sure.
they post stuff. So I'm not totally in the dark. But this match I was looking at, I'm like, oof, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Christian though.
Okay.
Or Christians.
4 Christians.
Oh
yeah,
wait, not in that way, Blasco. Sorry.
we're good. I got that on lockdown.
Christian is outstanding. I like he could have this title forever,
Yes.
and I'd be perfectly happy. He doesn't even have to wrestle. He just has to come out and like insult people once in a while, and I'd be perfectly happy.
Well, see, that's the thing that I think's great. Like nobody has once brought it. He has not defended the title since the last match, but nobody has said like, "Hey, it's been longer than 30 days. He needs to defend the title."
He reminds me because he's doing such a good job. He reminds me of like we talked about last week, how Sting could come in and just in his 60s be undefeated and nobody's upset.
Yeah,
Christian reminds me of that. Like Christian could just never defend, and no one would be sad because he's just so entertaining. Otherwise, he doesn't even have to defend it. It's fine.
And don't you find that now that Adam Copeland is in AEW and you get to see Christian talking on the mic and Adam talking on the mic and you compare them, Christian is clearly the better talker.
Oh yeah.
I've been saying this forever. Yeah.
He always has been. They just didn't let him talk.
Exactly, but you had the WWE fan base that kept calling him boring and all of that, but no.
The rumor is Vince McMahon doesn't like his face.
That's why I'm laughing.
But he likes. I mean,
he's a good-looking guy.
I was gonna say he's like what 50 something. He's still pretty hot.
He's hot.
Have you heard the rumor that apparently Vince McMahon wanted his gimmick to be that his face was so bad that they put a blue dot over it anytime he was on TV?
What?
Oh, that's crazy. No way.
I mean, no offense to Adam Copeland, but out of those two, what?
Yeah, that's apparently from like some former writer or something said that like that was Vince's idea. That hey, why don't we make it so that his face is so bad that we have to like censor it?
Christian is the better looking out of the two. It's not even close.
By far.
Yeah, how is that even a thing? I can't believe this. Vince and his weird preferences. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you though. Like I love that Christian gets a chance to be the star now because he's always been outstanding on the mic and never really got a chance to show it. Especially he never got a chance to show it against Adam Copeland. So this is really cool. And I think they both know that. I think even Adam Copeland is like, yeah, this is cool. Like, let you do it.
I agree. He does deserve it. And this is one of the few matches on the whole card that is a wild card. Like, it's 50-50 in my opinion. This one could go either way.
I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel.
Right. Now we have the Continental Crown Championship, which is held by Eddie Kingston. He's the champion versus Bryan Danielson, and so it's my turn to go first. I picked Eddie, and my reasoning is he's only been champion 60 days. They're making this like a life goal of his. He's going to hold those titles for a long time. That's the only backing I have for this. Is I feel he's going to be a long time champion. So Eddie. We'll go right back down the line. Rick.
I agree, Eddie.
Okay.
Same reasoning, and basically, like the first match, Danielson's kind of humiliated him over and over again.
Right.
So that would just be like I would be upset if Eddie didn't win because they've made him look like kind of like Danielson's better than him. So if he loses his titles, then like he is better than him. So yeah, Eddie.
Gina.
This one's really tough. I'll
is.
tell you why. On the one hand, I completely agree. Eddie hasn't been champion for that long, and I feel he was the first Triple Crown champion because that's something he's always wanted to do, and they kind of rewarded him with that. But it is Danielson's final year.
Right.
And for him not to win any gold would be a tragedy, in my opinion.
Yeah, but is this the one he wins? I don't think this is going to be the one he wins.
I mean, you know what? Maybe not. Right? I mean, he could win the AEW World Championship. I'm not sure. But this one is tough. I do agree, though, that it would be way too soon for Eddie to lose and that Danielson has humiliated. Actually, Danielson pinned Eddie on Dynamite. So that's why I think Eddie has to get his win back. So I'm going with Eddie, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if Danielson wins.
Okay. And Biddy?
Well, I was kind of leaning Danielson, but now after hearing all you, I'm in the same boat as Gina again. I think I'm going to have to go Eddie.
Okay.
But I won't be surprised if Danielson takes it.
I understand that.
Yeah, like I definitely see him winning something before he's done for the year, but I don't know. It's still early in this. This is my final year. So
I also feel like he might be the kind of guy who's like, no, I don't want to win anything. I think I agree with you that he should, but I think
I see that too.
I think he might be the kind of guy who's like, no, I don't need to win titles.
Everyone, I mean, he's
like Sting essentially.
He said that a bunch of times too, ever since he got to AEW. So
I think he just wants to spend his last year having like whatever matches he wants to have. Like, he's going to pick whatever opponents he wants to face. And I agree with you that it would be a shame to have him come in and not have him win any titles, but
it would be really nice though to give him something like they're doing with Sting, right? I mean, why not do it for Danielson? And Sting didn't want any belts either, but they still ended up giving him something. So yeah, it might not be the Triple Crown Continental belt or whatever you want to call it, but I do think he will win something at least this year.
I could see him getting the international at some point.
That would
just having holding it for like 2 months and just having bangers every week and then losing it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where I see Danielson. If they want to give him a belt, it's
Danielson
that one.
Picking like the most obscure wrestlers from like random indie federations or something and being like, no, this guy's good, and then having 20-minute classics with them.
This guy's from Serbia. Let's go.
and
you'd never, and it would be outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he could wrestle in CMLL and in Japan, which would be great because I would like to see that belt wrestled a little bit more internationally, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And also don't forget, he's not done after this year. He's just not going to be full time. So Danielson's version of full time might.
Yeah, he's going to show up 6 times a year and have the match of the night as opposed to 12 times a year.
Right.
Yeah.
True, but you wouldn't put a belt on him at that point.
I would do anything Bryan Danielson asked me to do.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Well, yeah, of course, but
yeah.
Hey, kid, you want some cocaine?
I don't see him asking for that at all once he's no longer full time. Yeah.
I agree.
Now another toss up of a match. We have the women's championship, the women's world title, Timeless Toni Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo. And Gina, you are first.
I'm going with Toni Storm. I don't think she's losing that belt yet.
Okay. Biddy.
I agree. I think it's going to be Toni. I think they're not going to give that belt off of her until like Jamie or Britt or someone else or Mercedes. It's blessed Deonna. She's done pretty well and stuff, but they're not taking it off Toni until Jamie comes back. Or Mercedes comes in. It's going to be one of those two.
Real quick, I'm just going to say that I agree, Biddy, and I should have said that too. I think that Mercedes is the one that's going to beat Toni for the belt. I think once she comes in, you pretty much have to put it on her.
I agree. Rick?
This is a tough one because normally I would say Deonna because they booked her pretty strong and they've never really had someone come in and like basically win the title within a short period of time. And my first thought is to say her, but I do agree with both of you that it's hard to take the title off Toni Storm now, especially if Mercedes is going to win it. You want her to beat someone who's established and who's had the title for a while. True. They don't want to have Deonna win it and then like a month later lose it to Mercedes. I was going to say Deonna, but you guys both convinced me to say Toni Storm.
Right. I also chose Toni Storm, and I feel exactly the same way that you guys feel. The person that beats Toni has to be somebody that's, I don't want to say bigger than her, but like, I don't know, just more established. Someone doesn't need to be made.
Someone that can overtop that gimmick, because that gimmick is so just
exactly
so perfect, right?
Right.
And I do agree with you on Jamie Hayter, because at least in storyline, isn't Toni Storm the one who took out Jamie Hayter?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Jamie's gonna come back and just it's gonna be dope. Which I've seen rumors that she's coming back on Sunday.
No kidding.
I mean, to be fair, it's wrestling. I was trying not to burp in the mic, so thank you. But
are you about to say that the internet isn't always truthful?
That's exactly what I was saying.
Because the internet also told me Jay White and Will Ospreay and Mercedes and FTR are all going to sign with WWE. So
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, they are after this. They're actually going to get on stage and all say, "We love Vince McMahon. Goodbye."
Simultaneously, yeah. Yep.
Shove it up your ass, Tony Khan.
Blasco, you picked, right? Yeah.
Yes, I picked Tony. Okay. Well, supposedly, I forget the date now. Let me look real quick. The March 6th Dynamite is supposed, like Tony Khan said, yeah, Big Business is supposed to be awesome, but I'd also watch on the 6th. So Hater could come on the 6th. Never thought of that.
Great.
No, you have to do all the good stuff when I'm there.
I don't know. She's definitely due to be back soon, and I think
100%.
That's gonna be super dope when she comes back.
If they waste all the good stuff right before the show, I'll be very upset. Well, I won't be at all because I'll still be excited.
You're gonna get Cole Carter's return.
Oh gosh.
And that'll be the response because
before the show they come out and go, actually, Christian and Adam Copeland no longer work for AEW. Here's 2 hours of Cole Carter matches.
On VHS. They're not even on digital.
Yeah, he's not even there. They just pop a tape in and are like, watch this. It's really terrible quality.
That's amazing.
I'd still be excited.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Be like when you're in high school and like you walk into the class and like, oh yes, the TV's here. So like you knew you didn't have to take notes.
That TV on a cart. Onto the stage, and it's just like you're gonna watch.
You just alienated anyone under like 28 now.
Young people, like, there's no way young people listen to this. We go into too many tangents about things that happened 30 years ago. That there's no way.
I was gonna say,
they can't keep up. No way.
I look at our analytics. Our audience will understand the wheel-in TV.
Yeah, it's a lot of fellow old men listening to this podcast.
Yes. Well, speaking of the international titles we just talked about with Eddie a little bit ago, we have Orange Cassidy, who is our champion, versus Roderick Strong. And I believe it's Biddy's turn. It's backwards this time.
Well, again, I haven't been watching, so this is a shot in the dark. But I did see something come across that was like, is Orange Cassidy losing his steam? Is he tired? Blah, blah, blah. And also, I'm going Roderick Strong because I see him with a title being so freaking annoying that it'll be hilarious and just add to everything. So I'm picking Roderick.
Okay. Gina?
Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong.
Orange Cassidy has been amazing, but it's time for him to drop that belt. And why not drop it when he's still hot, right? We don't want to get tired of him and he ends up dropping it when we're like, okay, go away, Orange. We don't want that to happen. And I mean, I don't think anyone would ever really feel that way, but hey, it happens when things drag on. So I'm going with Roderick Strong. You got to give the Undisputed Kingdom something.
I agreed. Rick?
Yeah, I agree that you have to give the Undisputed Kingdom. I loved their idea when it came out. They've kind of like bleh in the last little while. Like they've just been there. I know it's because, Adam Cole's still hurt and MJF's not there, but they need something. Roderick Strong basically has to win this or they're like kind of dead as an imposing force. Roderick Strong. Orange has had it for a while. This title run hasn't been as fun as the last one.
I agree.
And it's past its shelf life, and which we've learned before we went on the air. The shelf life of orange juice is only like 10 days.
Yeah, 3 days. 3.
No, it was 7 to 10 from what I looked up.
Yeah, it was 7 to 10.
So that while we're on this question of the week, how long will you keep orange juice in your fridge? Because it's not 7 to 10 days.
Yes, we actually had like a legit 10-minute discussion about this because I was cleaning out my fridge and we had orange juice. I didn't know how long it had been in there, but I know it was over 10 days. So I Googled how long it was, and Google said, throw it out after 7 to 10 days after you've opened it. And then these jacks...
It's at least a couple weeks.
These jacks freaked out and was like, you're wrong. You read that wrong. I'm like, no, I know how to read.
No, I didn't.
We didn't say you read it wrong. We said the information is wrong.
Yeah, I said the internet was wrong.
You were lying to.
Biddy, you're stupid and you can't read. Drink your 4-month-old orange juice.
It's at its best when there's chunks.
Yeah.
Well, then Blasco said how his will separate, and he shakes it very vigorously.
Yeah, that's a little much. I wouldn't leave it to the separation point.
That dangerous.
Nah, we're all good.
Like a little, like, do you eat it with a spoon?
No, it's like normal orange juice.
It's like Mandarin oranges.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
just give it a good shake.
It's a couple weeks at least, and Orange Cassidy's title reign has been longer than that. So it's time to throw him out.
He's no longer freshly squeezed.
That's right.
Oh. No.
This title reign. I love Orange Cassidy, but this title reign has been paled in comparison to the initial title reign.
Yeah, opinion. I agree. When he lost the title to Mox, that just took all the wind out of the sails.
I was enraged actually when he lost the title to Mox. I was.
Neither was I.
That was bad.
Rick
bad
threw orange juice across the room.
I actually cried.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt, I don't know, the fans were really into him, and I really loved him as champion, and he lost. I got emotional. Don't ask.
There's nothing wrong.
Was upset. Like, I watched that pay-per-view after. Like, I didn't watch it live. I watched it like on a 1 hour delay or something. So like usually I'll be chatting with people like you guys during the podcast, during the pay-per-views, but I watched it late, so I didn't. And it was like midnight, and I was like, I have to tell someone. I'm so like, I was just upset. I'm with you. I was upset when he lost the first time, but now I'm just like, yeah, he should lose.
Yeah. I also pick Roderick Strong for all the same reasons. So, I pick Roderick Strong too. Okay, now this is where the internet might screw us, because they have Sting and the Bucks as the main event, and they have this match is the co-main event, which is the world title match, which is Samoa Joe, which is our champion, Hangman Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland. Is it a three-way dance? I ask this every time because I never know the rules.
It's what WWE would call a triple threat, but they don't call it a triple threat. It's not elimination.
So
it's whoever.
It's not elimination. Okay, so Joe can lose.
A tray threat.
Yes.
So Joe can lose he can lose his title without getting pinned.
Yes.
Yes.
I forget. I just went last, so I'm first. I pick Swerve. I just think it's time. Joe has done a heck of a job as champion. I was on the fence because I thought, well, if he can go like one more pay-per-view, but I don't know. I think it's Swerve's time. I'm going to call my shot. I said he was going to be world champion by year's end on my yearly prediction. So I'm sticking by my guns. Swerve. Gina, you were next.
I'm going with Samoa Joe.
Oh, Joe, keeping the belt.
Yeah, I think that Swerve and Hangman are going to be so focused on each other, and that's going to basically screw their chances over, and Joe's going to sneak up on probably Hangman and get the win. And I think that Swerve will win the championship for sure. I see it happening most likely at Double or Nothing in a singles match against Joe.
Good point. Biddy.
Do you know what? I actually agree 100% with Gina. I was actually starting to.
Okay.
I was leaning a little Hangman just because then you give Swerve time to become more of a babyface and build up, and Hangman goes super heel. However, I think Gina's right. It's Hangman and Swerve are going to be so. Joe's going to be the more experienced, seasoned professional and take advantage of that, and then hold that until somehow it builds up to Swerve and Joe at Double or Nothing.
I'll take that all day. That's amazing. Rick?
Just whatever Gina said I agree with. All of it's perfect.
Wow.
I 100% agree with that. I think Swerve and Hangman have more to tell in their story. I think Hangman's probably going to screw Swerve out. Like, Swerve's going to be in a position to win the title, and Hangman's going to pull the ref out or something so that Swerve doesn't win the title. And then while Swerve and Hangman are arguing, Joe gets one of them from behind.
I just feel like they need to marinate on Swerve a little more before he finally gets the title. Like, he's got so much momentum and stuff, but it's like you got to dangle that carrot or whatever a little longer.
I wouldn't be upset if he won because he's so over and I love him.
So awesome.
I wouldn't be upset, nor would I be surprised if he won. But yeah, I think they can stretch it out a bit longer. No one's going to be upset if it goes one more pay-per-view cycle.
It's just going to make him a little more of an underdog, and like, because so many things have come out that have been like, Swerve, all just so like, you kind of build him up a tiny bit more, like let him slowly turn babyface a little more. I think they're going to do that.
It reminds me of actually when Hangman won the title, when everyone was very upset that he didn't face Kenny Omega at that pay-per-view, All In, when Omega ended up facing Christian. Everyone was really, really upset that it wasn't Hangman. And I was like, no, just give him time.
Yeah.
And giving them one more pay-per-view just made it so much better.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, and also it's not the main event. I think if Swerve's going to win, it's going to be like a one-on-one main event. Last match of the show, because he's like their next big star. So,
as he should be. Yeah.
So I think they're not going to have it overshadowed by Sting. I think he's going to have his own moments.
Right.
And yeah, I think I want to see more Hangman Swerve. So I think that's where they're going.
Wow. We have just very few differences here going into possibly the main event. We have Sting and Darby, who are the tag team champions. Oops, I didn't write that on my list. Versus the Young Bucks. Rick, you are first.
Ooh, this one is tough. I really don't know.
Because it depends on Sting.
Yeah, I think Sting, basically they'll do whatever Sting wants, as they should. I really want to say Sting. I really think it should be Sting. I want it to be Sting. But there's more to come. There's more to help the company if the Young Bucks win. If they somehow, screw Sting out of his last match, and they become like the, just the pricks who come out and say, we beat Sting in his last, like, I really, 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 really want to say Sting. I was sure it was going to be Sting until like earlier today. I was just like, oh, if the Young Bucks win, that can be a whole thing where they like screwed Sting out of his. I'm going to say Young Bucks.
Okay.
I don't like it, but I'm going to say Young Bucks.
I'm also going Bucks, but I'm going Bucks because I have a feeling something's going to happen in the Christian match where Nick Wayne, Nick Wayne's going to end up with Darby by the end of the night, and they're going to be the new tag team, and Darby's going to be Nick Wayne's Sting. I
also wanted to say before we go on too far, sorry to cut you off.
Yes, you're fine.
I think Ric Flair returns and turns on Sting again, or at least tries to. I think Ric Flair tries to turn on Sting again, and finally Sting catches him and like doesn't fall for it. But
okay,
Sting, the Bucks still win.
I hope Flair turns on Tony Storm. I just hope he gets confused and runs down during that match, and then she buys into it.
Are you willingly putting Ric Flair around women? Because I'm not.
Oh,
good call.
Bad idea.
But
sorry, I had to. Bad idea.
It's a good call.
Bad idea.
Bad idea is a bad idea, but it ruined my joke, which was going to be funny.
Sorry.
But now there's just crickets.
Yeah.
But
sorry.
anyways.
Got too real for you guys there.
Yeah. Way to bring it down.
You're not wrong.
You're 100% not wrong.
It's sad but true.
Okay, I'm going to tell my joke anyway because it's that good. And I was going to say Tony would buy into Rick being there, being like, why is Richard Flair here? Call him by his real name. And then everybody be confused. And of course, Flair would have no idea what the hell was happening because he would just in general be confused.
What if they both thought it was like 50 years ago? And Flair went into it too. It was like, yeah, it is a long time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like it, but I like it.
Yeah. See, anyways, I forget who was next. It's either Gene or Biddy. So Biddy, you're next then.
Yeah. This one, I'm trying to put my brain into Tony Khan's brain, and I just can't see him letting Sting lose his last match.
Well, your mistake was you probably slept in the last 24 hours. I don't think Tony Khan sleeps.
Oh my God, that's true. Wait, pretend I'm on cocaine. Sting can't lose. Yeah, no, I'm still going Sting and Darby.
Okay, nice. Gina.
I'm going with the Bucks.
Okay.
Because I agree that there's
man, it's going to be Sting and Darby because Biddy's always right.
Well, I'm not really a fan of wrestlers that retire winning belts. I've never liked that. I don't see the point of it. And then they have to create new ones. I've never liked that. So maybe that's just me, but I would prefer that the Bucks win and then they focus on the tag team division again and we get established tag teams because that was lacking for a really long time. My biggest priority is that the tag team division becomes what it should be, and that's one of the best parts of the show. And for a while, it didn't feel that way. I love Sting very much. Don't get me wrong, and for sure, it would be sad to see him leave, but to see him lose. Sorry, but I don't think he's gonna take the pin. I think it's going to be Darby anyways. So does that really hurt Sting in the end? You know what I mean? Right. And also the Bucks are just killing it as these Succession type heels. I'm loving it, and they can do so much with it. And I feel if they lose, you're kind of already killing their momentum in a way. So
true.
I'm going with the Bucks.
I also think you're right that Sting as a traditionalist will want to lose the title.
You know what? I'm changing. Okay. I'm going Bucks.
Okay, you're allowed.
Gina, you're so good. See, Gina's gonna win this one. I call it right now.
I don't know. I hope so.
Do I get a point for that? Because I'm calling Gina's winning.
She explains her reasoning so well. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys. So nice.
Yeah.
But I do think that Sting still needs his really nice moment after he loses. Regardless, we still want him to have a really nice moment. Maybe bring out his sons and some of his friends, have him have his moment in the ring, have Tony Khan come out. I don't really mind, do whatever, but I feel as long as he gets that really nice moment, that's what's going to, stick out the most, right?
Yeah, I agree. I also think Darby takes the shot for Sting. Like there's going to be a segment. It's the end of the match is going to be like the Bucks could take off Sting's head with something, and Darby like gets in the way and is like, "No, take me."
Oh. and then Sting picks up Darby's broken little body and they hook him up to a harness and he carries Darby's body up to the rafters in a spotlight.
He takes him up into heaven.
But then he drops 20 feet.
I think you're right, Blasco, though, that the Bucks won't be able to resist the "I'm sorry, I love you" super kick thing. They'll have to do it.
Oh gosh,
they're 1,000% doing that. Yeah.
But they won't do it seriously. They'll like wink at the camera and be like, "Hey, guys, do you know what this is a reference to?
Yeah.
Remember, we know references."
That's what'll make it good. You're missing.
No, that's what makes it annoying. You don't have to. The Simpsons didn't come out and go, "Now this show is going to be a parody of Citizen Kane," and then have No, they just did a parody of Citizen Kane, and you got it. They didn't explain it to you.
Agreed.
Oh, you kill me, Rick.
But see, that's the joke is them telling it to you.
At no point did they ever wink at the camera and go, "Hey, when he was talking about the bear, this is just like in Citizen Kane." Wink, wink. We know.
But Rick, wrestling fans need more help.
That is
true.
They
don't, though. They don't.
They need explanations, but they forget. And some
of
them are young, and
every wrestling fan demands constant explanations and frequent recaps. But
it's so annoying.
I think we're better than that.
I know, but like these really young fans probably don't even know what we're talking about. It's like
what weren't even alive yet.
But they could just not get the reference then. That's fine. Like good references, or you throw a reference in, and the people who know the reference get it and appreciate it, and everyone else, it doesn't matter. They don't need to get it. There's all kinds of.
I agree. That's a great. But
then they're online saying, "Oh my God, nothing is never explained to me."
No, but back to like The Simpsons, they referenced like movies and TV shows that I'd never seen and never heard of, and that didn't bother me because I just hadn't seen them. The reference just was lost on me, and it was fine. They didn't need
joke
it.
Later.
Yeah.
No, you're
more
correct.
Like The Simpsons is my message here.
Be more like The Simpsons.
Be more like The Simpsons and less like a bad episode of Family Guy. Because in a bad episode of Family Guy, they would turn to the camera and go, "Hey, that's a reference to the 80s, hey?" Wink, wink.
That's true.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway. No, that's...
So I do not expect to win again. I'm kind of out of the loop, and
as I was looking at everything.
But
what are our differences?
What are you gonna do if I win?
You're off the podcast.
Sick. Wow, Rick just laid down the full money right there.
Next, we're just gonna recast you. Next episode, someone else is gonna come on and be like, "Hey, I'm Biddy." It'll be a totally different voice. It'll just be some other person.
Oh, I'm Biddy.
Yeah. Exactly.
1000%.
And
Let's see.
Like, tell that person to just be wrong all the time. Be like, "Hi, I'm Biddy. I think that the
Andre
next
the Giant
AEW champion is gonna be it's gonna be Andre the Giant," and then it'll be
sick. Let's see. Biddy picked the BCC. Then let's see the next match. No, Rick picked different on the Takeshita Ospreay. We were all the same on Christian. We were all the same on Eddie and Danielson. All the same on Tony and Deanna. All the same on Orange Cassidy and Strong. I was the only one that picked Swerve. You guys all picked Joe. And we were all the Bucks. So we do have a couple different ones in different places. So somebody's definitely going to there's not going to be a tie.
When you read about like that, this definitely seems like Gina's winning.
I was gonna, if the BCC wins, I think I'm taking it. If they don't, Gina's taking it. Or Rick. It's one of you two.
Wow, don't give me, I was gonna say Swerve's my curveball.
Yeah, Swerve's
right.
I also want to say I really love how like Blasco, you made a whole outline for us and it's just derailed and I love it.
Oh, it went right down. I just checked everything off.
I was following it.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Oh, I wasn't. Down. I'm just yelling.
Oh no, you're good, man.
I'm all worked up tonight. I don't know why.
It's because that goddamn orange juice.
Yeah, he drank 4-month-old orange juice.
Man, now I want orange juice.
I have orange juice, and it's more than 5 days old. I'm sure. So
sick.
You'll probably throw it out.
Yeah, Google when you should throw it out. Man, I can't wait for the pay-per-view. I still have to order it. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch.
You have to like hook up your cable gyroscope to some sort of system, and
no, it's
call it in, dial on your phone, and go hello.
Don't have to do that.
Hello, I would like to purchase.
I would like to purchase the pay-per-view.
Nope, don't have to talk to anyone. Use the remote. Anyways, everybody, thank you for listening. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, and share. We are at Elite City Pod everywhere. Thank you again. We've had even a few more subscribers than we had last week. So anybody new, welcome, and thank you for listening. Everybody just enjoy Revolution. Enjoy Sting's last match. Does anybody have any final words before we get out of here?
I just want to say again that I love how AEW has let Sting retire. This has been great.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Anyone else?
All I want to say is that I cried last night. I'm gonna cry on Sunday. This is hard. He's been a really big part of. I mean, I don't want to say like my life, but in terms of wrestling,
he was
such a big part. Yeah, he was such a big part of my childhood, and seeing him get this second chance in AEW has just been so perfect, and I'm so happy for him. I'm just sad because we're not going to see him regularly on TV with Darby anymore, and he's actually one of those wrestlers that seems to be a really great person, and you want to keep seeing them and rooting for them, but at the same time, I have to say at least he's retiring when he's still up there and still doing extremely well, unlike Flair, who can't even walk and who were pretty much saying, who we do not want to see on TV anymore. I'm just glad that when it comes to Sting, as much as it hurts, I'm also grateful that it's a really good ending to his career. Nothing negative to say about it.
This is pretty rare in terms of wrestling retirements because not many wrestlers get to have like an actual good retirement. There's most of them end up, staying around too long to the point where no one wants them around, or they're like in a high school gym somewhere.
Right. He's doing it the right way on his terms.
Or get injured and just have to retire.
Right.
So it's cool that he gets to do on his own terms, the way he wants to do it.
And it sounds from everything I've read that if anyone deserved it like this, it's absolutely him, 100%. So, hell yes, Sting.
Yes.
We love you.
Cheers to Sting.
It's been great.
Cheers to Sting.
Cheers to Sting.
Thank you, Sting. And until next week, later.